The perfect 15-minute routine to unwind the body. Let's get going. So if you have a yoga block, grab it, but this can be a pillow or 2 pillows stacked either. I want you to have something cushioned underneath your knees because we will be kneeling at the start. Let's get going. Come up onto your knees. Take your right foot in front underneath your knee. Take your hands onto your pelvis like so, one hand to the front, one hand to the back. Tuck your tailbone under here and pause. Try shift forwards in space with your body, but continue to tuck your tailbone under and notice that you're not really getting that far. So rather than sticking the bum out, it's the opposite movement. So I don't want you to come too far here. I want you to constantly tuck the tailbone under as you're thinking about shifting forwards, but you kind of get a block here. Stay here, take your hands above, behind your head. Interlock the fingers. Feel your foot in front of you, your heel and your big toe knuckle, and press down to keep the body stable as you inhale and exhale to turn to one side. Keep the elbows wide here and just go to where you can. And take an inhale and an exhale to reach the opposite side. Good, 2 more like that. Moving slow. The ribs are turning over the pelvis here. We're thinking about length through the spine without extending the spine. So we shouldn't look like this when we're doing it. If we look like this, our pelvis would have gone with us as well. Let's change sides. Left leg out in front. Feel your heel, your big toe knuckle. Now tuck your tailbone under. Feel length through the front of your hip here. And then at the same time, try shift your weight forwards in space. Not your upper body, but your pelvis. And notice, because you're tucking under, that you kind of get to this block. So you shouldn't be all the way over here. Stay here, continue to tuck and shift forwards. And take the hands behind the head. Lift the ribs away from the pelvis, don't extend. Inhale and exhale to rotate the upper body one way. Inhale and exhale to rotate the upper body the opposite way. You might feel now that you're getting a little bit further here. 2 more times. 1 more. Noticing, is there a difference as you rotate to the left and the right? Do you find it easier on one side or the other? Just something to note. Come down into a box position then. Arch your back. Tailbone reaches to the ceiling. Chest is open at the front and look forwards. From here, look over your left shoulder back towards your left heel. And notice that your left hip and left shoulder has come closer together. You feel length through the right side of your body. Stay here. And we'll go all the way over to the opposite side. So looking now over your right shoulder towards your right heel. Feeling the right hip and the right shoulder coming closer together. Length through the left-hand side of your body. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Keep these breaths soft and gentle. Opposite side, last time. Inhale, exhale. Let the air just fall out through the nose on the exhale. Come back to center, and this time tuck the tailbone under, round your spine, and let the head drop ever so slightly. Let's do that again 4 more times, but this time with the back rounded. Let's look over to our left as if we're looking back towards our left glute. Left hip, left shoulder comes closer together, and you feel length through the right side of the body, over to the opposite side. Stay as rounded as possible as you can. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, soft, quiet breaths. Last one. The head comes with you into that side bend. So as you're opening one side, you're closing off the other. Good. Come back to center and just do a couple of arches and a couple of rounds. Inhale to arch the back, length through the front of the body, all the way up through the neck even as you look forwards. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone under and feel length through the back of the body now, even at the back of the neck. 2 more times. Move with your breath. Extending on the inhale, flexion on the exhale. One more time. Good. Walk your hands in, come up, back onto your two knees. Bring the hands behind the head again, clasping the fingertips. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel length through the front of the hips. And side bend over to your right. So the right elbow comes closer down towards the right glute. Come back up to center. Let's take a big inhale to go over to the left. Exhale to come back up. Good. 2 more times each side. Go as far as you can here. Keep the tailbone tucked under. And again, the rib cage is moving up and over the pelvis. We're not shifting off to the side here. Last one. Good. Come onto your bums and face the end of your mat. Shimmy, shimmy down a little bit. Bend your knees and have your feet as wide as your mat. And have your heels close enough to you. Your hands are behind your shoulders, fingertips facing to the front of the mat. Let your legs fall to the right. Stay here. Feel opening through the hips. Now look all the way over to your right hand side and take your left hand away from the back of your mat and reach it up and over your head. Side bend. Press the ribs out to the left as much as you can and upwards. From here, try look in front, opening the top arm up even more so the shoulders are stacked. And then let the top shoulder roll forwards over the bottom shoulder and let the top arm, the left arm, fall to the floor down towards the right hand. Look, follow with your eye gaze. Open back up, left arm reaches right up, back up to the ceiling. Big inhale, exhale, close. One more time. Move with your breath. So lots of spinal mobility here. Let's come over to the opposite side. So let's take our left hand now behind us, spin the knees back to center, knees spin to the left. Hold it here. Take the right hand away from the back now and reach it up and over your head, side bend. Feel that length through the right hand side. Now open up, stack the shoulders, look out towards the side. From here, let the top shoulder roll forwards over the bottom shoulder and let the top arm hang, falling towards your bottom hand. Follow with your eye gaze. 2 more times. Inhale, open again. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Push the ribs up and out. Exhale, close. Reach the top arm back up to the ceiling and behind you. And then let the legs fall from side to side. So keep the heels quite wide. The upper body stays where it is as the knees fall from left to right. Good, now let's come down onto our backs here. So bend the elbows and have your block near you or your pillows for the exercise coming up after this one. Simple bridges here. Hands up onto the rib cage, thumbs to the back, fingertips to the front. Pressing your feet down into the mat, heels and big toe knuckles. Feet are in line with your hip bones here. Your sit bones, should I say. Imprint your spine to the mat. Enjoy that sensation. Peel your spine up off the mat, continuing to tuck the tailbone under, just like we did at the start of the class, and come towards your mid-back hold. Tuck your tailbone under even more. Ooh, that's nice. Hold. Big inhale into the hands. Feel the ribs open down and out towards the pelvis. Exhale. Feel the ribs closing 360 down towards the pelvis, the chest sink, and then melt the spine back down to the mat. Release through the low back. Let's do that 2 more times. Imprinting the spine to the mat. Pressing into the feet to peel the spine up off the mat. When you get towards your mid-back, you can go even further. Tuck your tailbone under. Press through the feet. It's like the start of the class where I was getting you kneeling and I was asking you to shift forwards but to tuck under, and you couldn't go that far. So if you're up here, you need to come down a little bit and tuck, press through the feet, press your hips up, hands onto the rib cage, inhale, exhale, melt down. Let's do that one more time. Imprinting the spine, peeling up off the mat, tucking under further. Big inhale into the hands. Big exhale, and melting back down. Good. Now take your block and bridge up from me again, your block or your pillow, and you're taking it underneath your bum, not your low back here. We don't want to be too high that we are anteriorly tilted at the pelvis, so we should feel neutral enough here still. Keep your left leg where it is, but reach your right leg long. So long that you feel like your right hip drops lower than your left. You feel length through the side body. Reach your right arm up above your head now and up and over your left shoulder so that you side bend slightly over to your left. Now your head has come with you, so I just want you to tilt your head ever so slightly over to your right and keep your chin away from your chest. Taking deep breaths here. Press into your left heel and big toe knuckle and keep that sensation. Keep the knee in line with the big toe. We're sensing our left side of our body here and we're opening the right. So we're closing those left ribs. Air is being pushed into the right hand side of our body. This is wonderful. Most of us are quite compressed in the right hand side, so you are going to feel incredible after this exercise. Filling your body with your inhale. Now letting the exhale just fall out then. Let's change over to the opposite side. So rebend your right foot back onto the mat, lengthen the left leg. Slide the heel away so you feel your left hip drop lower than your right hip. Reach your left arm up above your head and up and over above your right shoulder so that you actually side bend over to the right. And then reposition your head kind of back to center. It should feel like you're nearly side bending your neck, but don't do it too much. So just make sure you're not off to the right with the head. Nice big inhales. And letting the exhales fall out. 2 more breath cycles. You might feel, because we're inhaling to the left, and most of us are more open on the left-hand side due to our diaphragm, that you can breathe easier into this side. And that's quite normal. Good, relax. I want you to press into both of your feet on the floor to lift your pelvis and to take your pillows away from you or your block underneath your bum. Grab your knees to your chest, peel your head and shoulders up off the mat and rock yourself up. Last exercise, and we're using our yoga block or our pillow. Now, if you are using pillows, you want to stack a couple of pillows up here so that your head rests on the object, but we're not putting all of our head weight on the object. So it's just really cushioning it. Knees are bent together, elbows are outside, just outside the knees here. Press into the elbows so the shoulder blades are open, and we're looking in between those wrists, and when you get the head position, you can close the eyes. Soft breath cycles here. Inhales are soft, quiet and gentle. Sense where you feel the inhale. Where are you expanding into the body? Don't force this. Just let it happen. The body will expand. Exhale, let the air just fall out. You can keep the mouth closed or you can exhale out through the mouth, up to you. After your exhales, I want you to try hold your breath. Make sure you've exhaled all your air out before you do this. And then restart that breath cycle. Only take about 3 to 5 breath cycles before you take a break. And to take a break, you can just push yourself up for a minute. You can tuck the toes under and stretch underneath the 2 big toes. And then you can go into 1 more round. So 3 to 5 breath cycles to finish this class. We are expanding through places of compression in the back body. This is going to reposition your diaphragm, which will balance your nervous system. You're going to have a lot less back pain because you're able now to breathe into those compressed places. It's a wonderful exercise. Finish it off. Remember, don't put all your head weight onto the object. It's just to support it. Finish off those breath cycles, and that is you done. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much.